Can you cancel a home purchase contract after your offer has been accepted by the seller and get your earnest money deposit back? Generally speaking, the answer is it depends on if the purchase contract you use has what's known as buyer contingencies to allow you to cancel, and depending on your purchase timeline, if you have your buyer contingencies still in place. Okay, so I know that answer is as vague as a magic 8-ball, but don't worry, in this video, we're gonna go over what buyer contingencies are and the 3 main buyer contingencies that allow home buyers to cancel their purchase contract and get their deposit back. 2 quick caveats to get us started. Number 1, contracts are different in every single state. So if your purchase contract doesn't have buyer contingencies that allow cancellation rights, you might not have the option to cancel your contract. Number 2, only licensed attorneys can give legal advice. So for this video, I'll be covering the topic very broadly. And guys, if you need legal advice, please hire an attorney. Quick side note here as we get started. Let's say you submit an offer on a home and are waiting to hear back from the sellers and you're having second thoughts. You generally have the right to withdraw or cancel that offer anytime before the seller or their agent communicates acceptance of your offer to you or your agent. Okay, so let's discuss what might allow a home buyer to cancel their contract. They are called buyer contingencies, and they are designed for the home buyer to do all their inspections and investigations into the home, as well as secure their home loan while protecting the buyer's earnest money deposit. It's worth pointing out that depending on the state you're in and the contract you're using, those contingencies may or may not be available to you, and the timeframes for each contingency might vary as well. That is why it's very important to always read your contract thoroughly so you know your cancellation rights and timelines. The 3 main buyer contingencies are the home inspection and investigation contingency, the appraisal contingency, and the home loan contingency. Starting with the inspection and investigation contingency, it's designed for the buyer to do all their inspections on the home and the surrounding neighborhood while protecting the buyer's earnest money deposit. Now, there are too many types of inspections to list in this video, but the most common ones are the general home inspection, the termite inspection, sewer lateral inspection, foundation inspection, etc. Here in California, the inspection timeline defaults to 17 days on the purchase contract. Keep in mind, this is also the time frame for you to ensure that you can obtain homeowner's insurance for the home, you are satisfied with the local schools, crime statistics, environmental concerns in the area, etc. Broadly speaking, this is the contingency that will allow home buyers to cancel the purchase contract due to problems or concerns identified in the buyer's investigations that cannot be resolved with the seller. Quick side note here, if you're buying a new construction home, it's worth pointing out that most new home builders do not have any type of home inspection contingency in their contract. Number 2, the home appraisal contingency is for when the appraised value of the home comes in less than the purchase price agreed upon in the contract. If this happens, the buyer and seller can renegotiate the price, or the buyer can make up the difference, or the buyer can cancel the contract. And number 3, your home loan contingency, which is designed to allow a buyer to cancel the purchase contract if they're unable to obtain a home loan for their purchase. Keep in mind there are several caveats with each of these cancellation rights, and most importantly, the buyer must be acting in good faith. So for example, a buyer can't just not submit their loan documents on time to have their loan denied as a reason to cancel. Also, you might run into problems if you try to cancel your contract because you simply don't like the paint color in the living room. So the bottom line is, if you want to cancel your purchase contract and get your money back, you have to be acting in good faith. And here in California, the residential purchase agreement makes it very clear that only a licensed attorney can give you an opinion on if you have acted in good faith and are entitled to receive your deposit back. Unfortunately, this is something that realtors simply aren't allowed to do. Okay, to wrap things up, if your purchase contract has buyer contingencies available and you still have them remaining, you could be in a position to cancel the contract and have your deposit returned. Keep in mind that purchase contracts should always be taken very seriously, and even if you have the terms of the contract on your side, you could be in for a fight from the seller when it comes to having your deposit returned. I've personally seen a seller tie up a buyer's deposit for over a year. That's why I never recommend submitting an offer just to see what happens. You want to make certain that when writing an offer, it's on a home you really want and that you clearly understand the terms you're committing to. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call or you can leave them in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next video.